I don't suppose we can tell the guy that actually sent us on the mission. Oh, we can.
Well, at least you're safe. Poor Randall. The damn fool. Surely his life was worth more than a handful of coin.
That makes me want to try talking to Sid.
Clive, was it?
No, not Clive. The last quest involved a letter from his daughter, so now I kind of want to check on him. Oh, we can also talk to the Thousand Tomes guy and see if he has new entries. Hi Joe, why are you here?
We were taught about the mother crystals was a lie.
Oh, you're still thinking about this. I see, makes sense.
What else?
I'll give you two a moment to sort out your kit.
If everything we were taught about the
Okay,
mother
they're just
crystals was
repeating
a
the
lie,
stuff from that earlier conversation. Let's talk to Tomes first, he has new stuff. We can read for a little bit.
Take a seat, Clive.
Some prime stream content.
And how might this old soul be of service? I have compiled some new entries.
Like, shut up and listen to me. Clive tells Hippocrates of his adventures.
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
Okay. Oh, I think... Did I already read this? An international pact made at the dawn of the present era, in which such matters as the treatment of bearers and the establishment of a realm-wide currency were laid out. From the basis of much of the Valistian society as it stands today, including the branding of bearers and their status as non-persons. It also put in place a universal calendar, making a symbolic fresh start for mankind, albeit one which puts magic users at a crippling disadvantage. Sorry. Okay, we did read something that basically said... No, we read the entry about the calendar earlier. I see. And who's the founder? Fear and uncertainty reigned in those early years following the sins of... I don't know how to read that. Mekis? Not wanting to further incur the wrath of the heavens, the few who survived the fall took to wandering the land. The fall, like the fallen? Spurning magic and staying to the shadows, and so they lived for decades. One man, however, grew tired of this life, if it could be called that, and after bidding his companions farewell, climbed a grassy knoll, overlooking a forest of beech and alder. Here, he gathered a pile of rubble and used it to build a humble shelter in which he spent the night. The next morning, however, instead of abandoning his work, as was his people's wont, he gathered more rocks, adding to the structure until the shelter had become a shack. This he continued for days, weeks, until the shack had become a home. At first, those few wanderers who passed the knoll would shun him, cursing the man under their breaths for his hubris. But as his estate grew, and one building became two, and two three, the people began to slow their steps. It was not long before some took to joining him on his knoll. On that knoll. Gathering stones, building new lives, new destinies. This they did without magics or machines, without boon or blessing. They relied on naught but their hands, their backs, their wills, and each other. And slowly house gave way to village, village to town, and town to nation. The man would one day die, as all men do, but those who remained continued his legacy, expanded upon it, and though his name was eventually forgotten, his spirit lives on to this day in the hearts of all Rosarians. The legend of the founder, Moss the Chronicler. Okay. So then... we have the national anthem.
If you have a question.
So then the fall, that refers to the people that descended from... well, the people that descended from the sky when their airships apparently fell. They were calling that previous civilization the Fallen, so I guess the people of the current continent are descendants of them? Or at least the people of Rosaria are believed to be. That's interesting.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this time?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business?
We're
would
going
you
to
have?
Ishgard.
On second thoughts, I don't want to know.
I mean, in terms of equipment, our stuff is better. This stuff is way too expensive and too specific.
Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, somewhat foul's brewing, and it ain't as borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will ya?
All right.
Where's Otto? Otto! Otto, where are you?
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been. Talk.
He's never brought it up with us until just now.
We'll be leaving for the capital shortly.
Was that really well known? They kept it really quiet until just now.
The royalists gave him wasn't enough to dampen old Sylvester's spirits. His legions are on the march again. This time, due south.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. But that's God's for you, innit? Still,
Rieger's
work to our advantage on this occasion.
I'm surprised that's a woman's name.
Wars breed chaos. On the front lines,
I guess the statues have all been of a lady.
with a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. No trouble. It's making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling in or out of Oriflamme has to go through Northreach. Lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This.
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the Dame. And it's the Dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send a Stolas in the morning. Let her know you're coming.
Bolus is that weird bird, right? The owl things.
Friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
The memory messengers.
Good of you, but who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute, the Vale. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
Oh ho ho.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full report when you get back.
What's this about? Valiant reports unlocked. Valiant reports are now available for viewing by speaking to Gout. Or I don't know how to pronounce that name. In the Counter in the Hideaway's mess. These reports compiled by the Curse Breakers contain information on quests currently available across Polystia. I guess Curse Breakers are just Sid's forces? You just named them that?
I suppose that's everything.
I thought it was like a kind of class.
Oh, you're the new lad, aren't you?
Haven't we spoken
Goat
before?
at your service.
Gout?
Well, at the Hideaway service anyway.
Goat? What?
Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that might warrant the attention of the Curse Breakers. Or any other willing volunteers. And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Or maybe I don't have
God.
to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever you go. Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, just say the word. Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. But if that ain't enough, these have got proper bounties on them.
Are these mini side quests? I'm afraid.
Me?
I do what Otto tells me. Suppose you could say I'm his right-hand man. He's a hard master, but not nearly as hard as my old one was. When that man beat me bloody and threw me out onto the streets to die, it was Otto who found me and took me in.
I see it.
I owe him, and so I help him look after the ledgers. I was reading through all the reports coming in from our allies across the Twins. And if it sounds like someone out there needs our help, I make a note so I can point any willing volunteers in the right direction.
So, what'd you say?
Are you willing? There's no surer way of turning Otto's frown a little less frowny?
Anything catch your eye?
I'm afraid. Okay, to not only find new quests from Valisthea, but also travel immediately to the obelisk checkpoint near their location. Okay, so I guess we just unlocked, Huh. Okay, so we can find the quest from here. Can we see the quest from the world map? Oh yeah, they're just around. I'm kind of wondering the point of this guy, then.
Fancy giving us a hand?
If you
catch
can
your
just see
eye?
them in the map, but just having them in a list, I guess, is nice as well. Harder to miss. Yeah, let's do them. And just take care of all of them. Hopefully it's not too much bloat. I'd rather do all side content and then focus on the main quest when possible.
Ah, you're Sid's man, if I'm not mistaken.
Did the super tight chaps give me away?
That depends. What do you need?
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quinton a pretty penny to convince their owner to part with them. Man must have been a bloody tyrant. Can't get a peep out of them, try as I might.
They're probably terrified of you.
You're probably right. Dare say it'd take a bearer like yourself to open them up. So, will you have a word with them? Help them settle in?
I can try.
That's what I'm here for.
That'll do me. Tell them they're safe, and that if they need anything, they just have to ask.
I'll let them know.
I'm probably going to be very confused.
They're sitting over there, taking a long overdue breather, looks like.
So we just had this conversation with an earshot, though. Okay. How are you doing?
So you're the new arrivals. Is there anything I can get you? You're safe here. They don't punish people like us for speaking our minds.
Truly. I'm hungry. My sister too, we're starving.
Wait here. I'll fetch you something from the tavern.
Thank you.
I won't be long. You stay here and rest.
But how did the grocer know he's not? Can I have another cup, Daddy?
I'll have two.
Hello, I
plates
need
of
food.
Whatever you're serving.
Sorry. We've enough mouths of our own to feed without tending to the wants of outsiders.
It's not for
Can
me.
I pay you for it?
It's for some new arrivals.
Don't be snippet with me.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't see the mark. So you're a comrade. Well, in that case, you may have whatever you require. Take all the bread and wine you want.
That's really all it takes. One look at the innkeeper's mark.
Of course it is. I do as Master Quinton commands, as do we all. And Master Quinton commands that none of his favoured guests be left wanting.
Yeah.
Well, don't keep our new comrades waiting.
Man, it's kind of scary
Take what
then.
they need and see that they eat their fill.
Bread and wine. Hopefully this will be enough.
Every time I see him, he just seems like a slightly portly innkeeper. But everyone in this town is slightly terrified of him, apparently.
Don't tell me. Turnips for supper.
Brother, did you...
Yeah. Bread and wine from the tavern.
While the loaf is slightly stale and the wine somewhat watered down, it will serve to fill an empty belly. I bet slightly stale is better than they were getting.
May we? Truly? Such plenty. Never in all my days.
Brother, this place is like a dream. We sat and no one shouted. We ate and more was offered.
I know. I can't believe it.
You're free now. And the next time you're hungry, you need only ask to be fed.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
Kill bug. Okay. Did they pay me? There's another one right here. Might as well take care of it. I guess these quests are here to, again, inform us of how much it sucks to be a bearer. Okay, haven't been here before. Hello?
Master Quentin will never forgive
When did you guys get here?
Fetch.
Good dog.
I want no trouble. Wait, that's... Oh, glory to Grieger. You were the hanged man. I took you for a rogue. If you're a friend of Master Quentin's, then perhaps you'll help me.
Only a rogue would wear pants that tight.
Joy has been beset by a plague of giant wasps.
And you need someone to solve your pest problem.
I do indeed. I've never seen them so far from the forest, nor so mean for that matter. I suppose the smell's got them worked up. And little wonder. This'll be the finest crop we've ever known if the fiends don't eat it first. I tried chasing them off myself, but they won't flee from the likes of me. And if I don't bring those grapes in for pressing soon, Master Quentin will have my guts for garters.
That's a pretty image.
You can handle that blade of yours. Will you put it to use for a comrade in need? Please. Rid us of these wasps so I can be about my business.
All right. I'll see to it.
How would regular soldiers deal with giant wasps?
You'll find them over at Gotan's bales on the edge of town. And hurry, Lostwing needs those grapes.
You just like fly around. They don't have a devil bringer to pull them down or teleport out at them. Torgal, please. Yeah, thank you. So where is this actually? Oh, it's pretty far away. Maybe this is a bit closer.
That must be the vineyard. A few wasps shouldn't give me too much trouble.
Come down here. Oh, can I not do this in the air? I was sure I could for some reason. I just keep missing.
It's over. Wake winds. That's enough.
Still alive.
Stay down.
Still alive. Yeah, these old enemies are kind of annoying. Let's see. Yeah, nothing too interesting.
That was the last of them.
Let's go get our reward. You know, I kind of want a skill that lets me bunch enemies together so I can hit them with AoEs. At the moment, I feel like even with very large groups of enemies, I just end up hitting one of them and just sending them super far away from their comrades, and then just having to deal with them one at a time. Am I on fire because of the limit break? Is the game just telling me to activate it already?
Those wasps won't be interfering with your harvest anymore.
Oh, thank you. Master Quinton would have had my head if I'd lost the crop.
At least Clive had the decency to turn the flame down for a conversation.
Some price among the rich and powerful of the realm. We use that money to keep our comrades fed and imperial wolves from our door. The vineyards were Master Quinton's idea. He wanted to give bearers a place to work, a place where they'd be safe.
Well, he certainly seems to have done that here. I'm glad I could help.
I'll see that he hears of your kindness. And once this vintage is ripe for drinking, there'll be a glass or two raised in your honor.
Sorry, just moving around. I think the microphone picked up the creaks of my chair. Black blood. Okay. Okay. And I'm on fire again. And go up. Oh, this is just normally part of the town. The hymn of Grieger, and thus did Grieger summon together her 72 spirits of light, and tell them of the holy heralds she would send to the world below, where there was much strife and suffering, for which she wept. It was felt like a very long sentence. Rejoice, she said, my heralds who are a part of me, and who are me, shall be as bread unto the starving, and as water unto the thirsty, and shall bring light where there is only darkness.
Rejoice, my children, for we are the chosen, blessed with the everlasting grace of the goddess.
Man, I hate mass. Let's go somewhere else. There's another area with side quests, right? Yes, right here. Martha's Rest. I was like... I was raised in a Catholic family, so... My father thought it was important that I go to Mass and go to catechism, classes, that kind of stuff. I almost always fell asleep. It was just the worst.
I've seen your face before. You're a friend of Martha's. Help us, I beg you.
Help you with what?
Bandits in the Golden Stables. They're waving their swords around. I think they're gonna kill someone. When I saw what was happening, I slipped out the back. I should have stayed, but... Oh, please help them.
Okay.
All right.
Here I go killing again.
Problem.
Thank you.
How many were there?
I was out of the door too fast to count. They looked a nasty bunch, though. Be careful in there, all right?
Is the Golden Stable the inn?
Ha! Golden Stable's my ass. All Martha's hiding back here is coppers.
The frames are struggling a little bit.
That's a fine sword, friend. Heavy though, I expect. What say we relieve you of it? Get him, lads. I want that blade.
I feel like I don't need to do anything right now. Okay. I'll just use this because we have it. Oh, that was mean.
I'll be keeping my blade, thank you.
There he is! The hero of the Golden Stables!
People will think twice about pushing us around again, thanks to you. We're lucky you were nearby. No good cowards wouldn't have dared set foot in the place if I'd been here, of course.
But you weren't. I thought you told me you had someone watching the place.
The Blood Axes keep an eye on the tavern, yeah. When they're not busy keeping the peace, that is. I've spread them as thin as they'll go. The Empire might be in charge,
Blood Axes, huh?
but that don't mean they care to keep us safe. If it weren't for the Blood Axes and me, merchants won't come near these lands to
This is the
fear
first
what
time
might
I've heard of
happen
the
to 'em.
Blood Axes. Are those the mercenaries that I see running around in this village? We got a quest from one of them earlier.
Did today. You're a useful man to have around. Here.
And
You
there'll be
must
a mug
have
of
them
something tasty waiting for you whenever you next stop by.
working for her.
Right, we've got work to do for to make this place presentable. You best be going before I arm you with a mop.
It's complete. Alright. More materials.
There he is, the man of the hour.
Blood Axe Mercenary. Oh, yeah. Sure enough.
You're the one who saw off the bandits, aren't you? Martha was singing your praises. Takes a brave man to march into danger out of the goodness of his heart. You have my respect.
A Rosarian salute.
Oh, what is it they say? Old habits die hard. I trust you won't be reporting me to the Viceroy.
Now screw her.
If we'd had a few more like you about, perhaps the Rosfields might still...
Don't look at my face.
Listen to me rambling on. Thank you again, and, take care of yourself.
I'm surprised you said nothing about the getup. Everyone else seemed to think like, oh, you're the spitting image of your father. Because maybe he wasn't even a shield back then. Okay, I think we've done all side quests. Okay, let's head back to the hideaway and try to progress the main story before they find more side quests to give us. Gav.
Well, someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
I did it for 13 years.
Obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake said is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
And Garuda's apparently.
Sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
Right. You're going to Lost Wing quite a bit. So I guess we're going somewhere else now? Wait, why did it make us... Why did it tell us to go there? Okay. Probably this is the closest. Actually, is it? A holy hand. I can't quite tell if that's a passage there or if we are supposed to go this way. Let's try over here. There are antelopes running around. Fine, they're not aggressive. What?
It's over. Lose.
Got some random encounters. I'm not sure what Eastwatch is. I don't think I went there before. Well, we don't need to right now. Clear view.
There. Northridge. The soldiers used to speak of a brothel. But that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the dame has friends in the south.
Is this also a brothel?
What did you say was in these pies again?
Welcome, good... Back off, Branded. Can't you see I'm with a customer?
Damn, I need Jill to speak for me over here.
Chine of roast antelope. Well, how about a plum for the apple of your eye?
Keep your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been soured by a branded touch.
How about I spit on your face? I was gonna look at someone that has the slobber of a branded on them.
And what can I do?
Okay. This ain't worth it. I'm kind of sad that the game just gave me weapons that are better than
I'll be here if you need
anything I can buy in the shops.
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but... why would you...
Help you? Because that's what we do.
We help the
Long
protagonist.
ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless...
Interesting choice of words.
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
Wait, that just works for me though. What about Jill and Sid? Are they just want to go? Are they just going? Sorry, are they just gonna walk past the checkpoint? They're just gonna teleport to my side like they usually do?
The fruit's not getting any fresher.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me...
I wonder where the people get the energy to be such assholes to the branded. Like, it's almost comical.
Much of a choice.
It feels like it goes beyond like systematic racism or whatever you'd call it. They just like take any chance they get to. It's like, you filth! Don't touch my stuff! You'll soil it!
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
Okay, here I am.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint.
Oh, I guess they went on their own. I didn't get
You
that.
asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. No, I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
Moon and stars from Isabel. Okay.
Proof of that trust.
We've gotten one from
To
every
keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome
town
face
leader,
of
I guess I would have to call them.
I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
I guess no one would like spare the time of day for branded otherwise in this setting. Need something to show that you're the side quest person. There they are. God damn it.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm not sure I'll be helping you with that work.
Told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time.
That's
followed her around like
kind of creepy.
puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something, but the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison.
Seeing those side quest markers is very distracting right now.
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me by.
And I suppose I'll need to get my coins.
Excuse me, you there? The gentleman with the sword?
I'm gonna take care of these before I continue with the main quest.
I cannot help but notice you bear the moon and stars. So you are an associate of the dame's?
There's only a lot of
Might
them.
I trouble you for some assistance? You'll be rewarded, of course.
And who exactly would I be assisting?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant, though fortunate enough to count the dame among my acquaintances. I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my comings and goings of late. I was hoping someone might be kind enough to go in my stead. And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietress?
Am I allowed to just leave the town and come at this point? I guess.
Why not?
Marvelous.
They made such a big deal of it.
Enough. Pass through the gate and deliver packages to a few of my most valued clients. There are 3 in total. A grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller. You need only mention that the items you carry are Fresh from the master's table.
Nothing dangerous, I hope.
Why, of course not. Merely trifles which folk beyond the checkpoint are keen to get their hands on.
Drugs.
And
Hard
if I
drugs.
cannot prevent you from peeking, I advise that you don't. Strongly advise.
Can I peek? We're curious. Every gemstone jostle of an exceptional leather sack is accompanied by an eerily melodic tinkling that's likely best ignored. Okay.
Don't think I haven't got my eye on you, Branded. On you go.
It doesn't seem like they care.
No one's allowed through the gate.
You say these are all from Dalmekia?
There's nothing here for your kind, Branded. Go on now. Shoot.
I have a delivery from Etienne. Fresh from the master's table.
Why didn't you say so? Times are hard. But this here'll make 'em less so. For a while at least. Sorry about the welcome. I meant nothing by it.
Sure not.
Right here.
Sure you don't mean anything by it.
Here. You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
Perfume.
Oriflamme's finest. Just as promised.
What's the tinker?
Come, treat yourself.
Fresh fish. All from the Sea of Grace this...
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind, whether you have the coin or not. Where's your master anyway?
Why?
Etienne sent me.
Didn't know he had
Well, I guess the Imperials would just make trouble for her if they did.
booming. All right, quickly now, before the guards notice.
You probably just don't even want to associate with Branded, the way they're being treated. They'll get treated the same.
There's no burden off my back. And this is for Etienne.
All this for a drink.
What are those birds back there?
Not just any drink. The very best. Specially
And I want to run off and kill them. I think it's something new.
Find that. They'll seize it before you can blink. You keep it well hidden, all right?
Oh, you should give me a drink?
Etienne likes it. Tell him there's more where that came from. For a price, of course.
Of course.
Give me a second, I need to make sure that it wasn't anything I've seen before. Vulture. Come here. Well, maybe that was unnecessary.
Each one is handcrafted.
This is the herbalist.
I
Herbalist?
have no business with Branded.
Well, I have business with you.
That was crazy how all three said the same thing to me.
Fresh from the master's table.
I do not know you. Where is the merchant, Etienne?
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying him or his affairs any mind.
Fine. Hand over the goods and be gone.
Here are your drugs, sir.
This is lighter than usual. Branded, if I discover you have played me false,
I can always take it back.
You will do no such thing. Your master should cut out your insolent tongue. Had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clapped in chains. Payment. Take it and get out of my sight.
Cigars?
Those cigars are worth more than your life. Do be careful.
Perfume, cigars, and spirits. Someone has expensive tastes. The question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late.
Etienne, I got your stuff.
I believe these are yours.
Delightful. The dame will be pleased.
You don't say. And would she be pleased to learn what you had to exchange for those items?
You mean the crystals? No need to be coy, my boy.
Oh.
Why not just tell me in the first place?
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankles. I couldn't risk you stumbling under the gaze of the guards. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals, even such morsels as I provide. And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then, well, I dare say you'll sleep all the better for it. Despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in.
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
As scarce as chocobo teeth, hence the thriving market for even the scantest fragments. Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others?
I think you're doing what you believe is necessary.
Yeah, indeed. And I don't doubt the dame would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guards are none the wiser. I thank you, as will our mutual friend when she hears of how you have aided me.
Okay. Live dealer of crystal meth now. I say that, but the crystals aren't like harmful to regular people, so I guess we're profiteering in a manner of speaking, but it's not like we're out there ruining people's lives with our wares. Or he is, Etienne rather. We're just the middleman.
Sergeant's got it in for us two.
Oh, a side quest from soldiers.
Where's your commanding officer branded? Don't you know the training grounds are for real soldiers?
Hey,
Do you want to test that?
Sorry, but the Imperial Guard's got no use for your kind. The infantry always needs more bodies, though.
I'm just passing through.
I don't bloody believe it. The bastard's wearing the moon and stars.
That'll be why he's strutting about like he owns the place.
The Dane laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this prick's really worth a couple of the Emperor's finest?
I dare say there's ways of finding out. How about it, Branded? Care to show us how you earn that brooch?
Come on, make my day.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are, Robin and I need to know the dame's being properly looked after.
Oh, is there an option?
Fine, if it'll put your mind at ease.
Oh, and just so you know, I won't be holding back. I suggest you don't either. Take a moment to get ready if you need it. Wouldn't want you whining about an unfair fight. Now, let's get the measure of you, shall we?
I'm curious if this will be a fight at all, or if I can just, like, limit break and destroy them.
Bastard. All right, let's be having you. Oh, and when you go crying to your mistress, tell her it was Leon who gave you the pounding.
Oh, I don't have the limit breakdown. Can I just toss him out? Guess not.
Stay down. All right. So you know one end of a bullet from the other. Enough.
Die.
Fuck me.
What the hell are you playing at, Leon? Ah, so it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine.
Was he like looking somewhere else?
Sword up, bearer. Let's have some fun, shall we? How'd a bearer win the dame's favour anyway?
I know he went to hold my tongue for a start.
It's over. Wait! That's it. Got potential. I'll give you that.
These poor guys. Soldiers bested. It wasn't even a fight. I just tossed them around like ragdolls until they died.
Can I go now?
Gregor's gas. The bastard didn't even break a sweat.
The dame's man or no, he's still a branded. Best hope the sergeant never hears about this.
Yeah, not after the bullocking he gave us for missing drills. Might be the old sod had a point.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, good bloody riddance. At least we know the dame's in safe hands, I suppose.
Do us a favour. If you have to tell the dame about this, then we've got a good few hits in, eh?
Oh, we got a few hits in. Oh god, these poor guys.